I chose UW Oshkosh to pursue my MBA degree because of the location. So I work in Appleton, and it was very convenient to be able to go to the new Appleton UW Oshkosh Education Center, which is located on the north side of Appleton. And so the logistics worked out well for me. The other school I was considering at the time was UW-Madison, which was more of a drive and more of a hardship on my personal and family life. So UW Oshkosh really worked out good for that reason.
I chose the executive track to earn my MBA because I actually had started a traditional MBA program. And after just a few weeks in the classes, I noticed that most of the students hadn't had any work experience. And so all that was happening during class was a dissemination of information and very little sharing of ideas. And with the executive MBA, everyone in there has had a good amount of work experience and could bring something that the rest of us could learn from.
I was concerned about taking a GMAT test, and this program allowed you to use your professional experience in exchange for that test.
Last in school would have been 28 years ago, so it's been a while since I've been sitting in a class, but I think it also gave me a lot of business experience to bring to the class, and it's the right executive MBA was the right class, the right program for me.
It had been almost 16 years since I was in university, and I went straight from my undergraduate to a master's degree in mechanical engineering. I was a little bit nervous about going back to school this much later because I did not want to be in school with 18, 19, 20-year-olds. I'm sure they're cool, but there was a big difference in my level of experience and my comfort around learning through and with other students. This was definitely one of the benefits of the program. It targeted a more experienced group of professionals.
When considering going back for my MBA, age was a concern for myself. I'm certainly not 18 or 19 or 20, and the thought of even going back to school with people who are, in their below 30 was a little intimidating. So I was really happy to hear that the average age of the UW Oshkosh executive track student is around 40, and I didn't feel that I was too old to go back to school, because you're never too old to learn.
As a small business owner, very oftentimes when we deal with vendors or large businesses that support us, they use terminology and don't really believe that we know what we're talking about in business. And oftentimes that's very much the case. By having an MBA, not only does it show others that I do know business, but it also gives me the courage and the confidence that I know what I'm doing, and I'll be able to take my small business and grow it to something even greater.
When thinking about the value of going back to school as a small business owner, I think it has a different aspect than when you work for a corporation. At a corporation, companies pay for the cost of you to go back to school to some extent. As a small business owner, it's an investment in yourself, and it's something that you have to see value in. So the fact that I had to put enough importance on it that I thought it would really bring value to the business to justify the cost, but I can tell you I think it's brought every penny worth.
The single most important benefit to the Executive MBA program through UW Oshkosh was the fact that it was constructed using a cohort. You had an intimate team that you could learn from immediately, and then you could learn from the larger group and apply all of that information and learnings immediately to your role on Monday.
The single biggest benefit of the EMBA for me has been opening my eyes to all the other factors that go into a business decision and looking at the broader perspective. So I'm making better decisions now. But right along with that, I think, is the network of friends. And then being at the UW Oshkosh location allowed me to connect with people that are also in this area, as opposed to a program in a different city. or outside the Fox Valley area, where I now have a bunch of friends in the area where we get together and we're able to exchange information and continue to learn from each other. And you just can't beat a good network of friends.
The greatest benefit of the EMBA was the cohort style of learning. Going lockstep with the same group all the way through the program was fantastic because we learned all the benefits of collaborating with skill sets that we didn't have, and being able to learn what everyone else in the classroom brought to the table. Whenever we had a question, someone knew the answer.
The single biggest benefit that I received from taking this MBA program was perspective. I really developed an understanding for the perspective of working in different functional areas of a company. And I really mean a company, any company. I happen to work in a technology-oriented, engineering-based company, and I now understand very well what the finance folks have to worry about, and what the things that people in my engineering department do, and how they affect finance, how we interact with human resources, project management, marketing, sales, essentially all functional areas of a company.
I think the most important piece of this EMBA program was the cohort. Learning from each other, from other business professionals on a weekly basis.
So as you're trying to decide, should I take the professional MBA or the executive MBA, I think that there are many things to consider. I think that either way that you pursue your MBA is a worthwhile journey, but the executive MBA in particular, because of the prerequisites, because of the value of the cohort system, because of the international trip, is a journey that you will never forget, and you will definitely come out changed on the other end.